Should Tyson Fury retire or should he keep fighting? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Let's talk boxing here. Now, after the big match yesterday, fantastic fight, amazing. As of this recording, it was yesterday. It might have be uploading this Monday night. But as of October 9th, what a day for this fight. What an amazing match. Modern day classic. Nothing else to say about this fight, but let's go right into it. Should Tyson Fury be looking at retirement at this point? It's a damn good question to ask. Just think about it. He beat who was possibly the dangerous heavyweight in recent years. The man with God's power in his right hand. He beat Wilder 3 times now, in my opinion. In professional terms, he beat him twice. He had the draw in the first fight, TKO in the 7th of the second fight, and KO in the 11th, or TKO, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's calling it KO, TKO, you say what you want. But, I'm seeing a lot of talk about people saying that he should be fighting Joshua. He's got to set it up to fight Usky. Some people, for some reason, want to turn it around and get Wilder 4. I'll be honest, I think that fight's dead. I don't think we're going to get a 4th fight unless Fury keeps fighting for years and Wilder crawls up to get a belt. But I gotta say this. Should Fury retire? Because he doesn't seem to have anyone in the division that can stop him. The man has reached the pinnacle of the heavyweight division. He has shown in this last 2-3 years that there's nobody on his level. He looked the most dangerous man in the heavyweight division, who nobody has seen more than 12 rounds with him, except for Bermane Stiverne, which he only saw 13 with Wilder, because he went the distance in the first fight where he lost the title to Wilder, and then came the rematch where he KO'd him in the first round. That's only 13 rounds, but we don't even got to count that. Fury is the only guy to go more than a full 13 rounds with Wilder. He went a total of, 30 rounds with this guy? He went 12, 7, 19, that's 19, plus 11. You got 30 rounds with this guy. No, I don't think anybody in the world of boxing besides Tyson Fury could have gone 30 whole rounds with Deontay Wilder. Nobody else could have done that. No one else can do that. It begs the question now, should this man retire? When you're at the top of the game and you're unbeatable, and you've shown that you're unbeatable, that nobody in the division can hurt you, should you not just take the dub, take the victory, and leave? I mean, what more does this man have to prove to us? The strain that's gotten on this guy's body and everything going on, the punishment that comes with training camp, being away from your family for so long, it takes such a toll on the body and the mind. It's like Fury, he's got nothing else to prove. How many fighters fought way beyond when they should have and, damaged their bodies, their minds, everything in the midst of it all? If you ask me, the way history has shown, this seems like the perfect time for Tyson Fury to officially call retirement. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see him fight Usky and fight Joshua, but to be honest, how can you see a victory for anybody else in those fights? There's nobody else out there. It's outrageous to think that either one of those guys right now could take Tyson Fury. There's nobody in the division right now who could wholeheartedly say with confidence, yes, I'm going to win. I'm going to take the victory. You just can't. You can't say that, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that'll be like, nah, you're talking about Joshua will KO him, Usyk's going to beat him by decision. No matter how you look at it, he's the man right now. He's the man that you can't beat. He's the Mike Tyson of the 80s, of today. He's what Ali was in his time. He's what Sugar Ray Robinson was in his time. He's the pound for pound #1 right now. he's going to go down in history as a top 5 heavyweight. If you ask me, he will be in history as a pound for pound great, a top heavyweight in history, and there's nothing else to say about him. You can't say otherwise. He's proven through these last few years, battling that depression, the addiction, coming back from suicidal tendencies and a suicide attempt. You know, he's come back from it all and shown that he is a force, man. He's larger than life. To be honest, at this point, if Fury would have retired, if he had said it that last night, the night before, if he had said, "I'm done, I retire now," I would have been upset to say goodbye to such a great fighter. But you know what? It's the perfect time. Unless, you know, he wants to wear his body out a little bit longer and he wants to fight a few more times, make a few more millions, why not? Go for it. Honestly, go for it. But the money's got to be there. It's got to be Joshua or Usyk at this point. What's he gonna do? Who's he gonna fight? He can't fight Wilder again. He ain't gonna fight Dillian White. What, Povetkin ain't gonna be a problem. You know, there's nobody in the division right now that poses a major threat. You know, I think if Fury were to call it quits, decide to retire, I would say it's the right moment. I have no hesitation to say it would be a good move. Maybe it's not the perfect move, the right move to make, but you know what? It's the safest move, and I think it's the smartest move, unless something happens where Joshua and Usyk fall out, even though they have the rematch clause was established already. Unless that falls out and they change things up and Fury can fight Usyk, you know, but then maybe, yeah, let that be his final fight. Or let Joshua be his final fight if he even beats Usyk, but there's nobody in the division that's worth his time. And that's it for the day. What do you guys think? Should he retire? Or should he keep going? Or should he fight Wilder again? Should he fight Usyk now? Should he fight Joshua? If those two don't fight now, should he fight the winner? What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you stopping.